Hi everybody, if you don't know me already, my name is Kaylee. I'm a gut health nutrition coach, so I help people to overcome their chronic gut and digestive issues using the principles of ancestral nutrition as well as some other holistic health principles. And today I'm going to be talking about the top 3 ways to support your bile flow and liver detox. So I'm going to be covering what are those signs of sluggish bile flow, poor liver detox, why a strong, good bile flow equals good liver detox. And then I'm going to be sharing those top 3 ways to support your bile flow to get it flowing really good. This is a really important thing that I do with all of my clients. It is so important for your gut health, your digestive health, your overall health. So yeah, I'm excited to share more about it with you. But before I get too far into the video, I want to let you guys know I just created this new free training, and it's all about how to heal your gut issues by getting your digestive system to work like an efficient machine. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I will leave the link below, and I'll talk a little bit more about what's included at the end of this video. But back to the video. So I want to talk about first, what are signs of sluggish bile flow and poor liver detox? I'll get into a little bit more what it means, but first, like, what are these signs you should look for? How do you know if you have it? So headaches and migraines are one sign. Obviously, a lot of things can cause headaches and migraines, so be aware with these symptoms. Sluggish liver or sluggish bile flow, sluggish liver detox is not the only cause of these. But okay, so headaches, migraines, greasy pale stools is a huge one. Low energy and brain fog, poor memory, poor cognitive function, poor fat digestion, because bile is very important for fat digestion. If you're having pain in that like upper right quadrant area, right around where your liver is, that is a huge sign. You could have some gallstones, bile stones, liver stones, or just sluggish bile in there. If you have dry skin and hair, nausea, skin issues, poor immunity, weight gain, digestive issues, frustration and anger. The liver is associated as the area you store like emotions and store anger, so that could be another one. Hormonal imbalances, PMS, irregular cycles, things like that. Chemical sensitivity, so if you're like excessively sensitive to like chemicals or alcohol or caffeine, that can be another sign that your liver is having a hard time processing them. Not that you should go out and have a bunch of those, but that can be a sign that your liver is sluggish. And also, if you've had an ultrasound and been told you have sluggish bile flow, that like sludginess, or have stones, then that's gonna be a real clear answer that you've got this going on. So those are some things to look for. Pale greasy stools is huge. That's one of those big indicators. Obviously those ultrasounds showing it would be huge too. Poor fat digestion, those are going to be some of the largest ones to look for. Okay, so how does bile flow actually connect with liver detox? So your liver is kind of part of a little system. So, well, it's part of a bigger system and multiple systems, part of your detoxification, part of your digestive system. Like, it's all connected. But what I'm talking about here is your liver makes bile, and then it travels through a little duct and gets stored in your gallbladder. Then when you're eating and you eat something fatty or acidic or bitter, it tells your gallbladder to release some of that bile, and it goes through this duct called the common bile duct right into your digestive system. The bile then emulsifies fat, which helps it to digest, and it's an important whole process. And then some of that bile is reabsorbed back into the liver, stored in the gallbladder again, and you can use it again. But if it's binding to fiber in your food, it will go out through your stools, and some bile is always going to end up in your stools. That's what gives it that darker brown color. So that's why pale stools is a sign there's a blockage and bile's not actually getting into your digestive tract. So that's a little anatomy right there and physiology. So pretty much your bile flow it's going to be flowing from your liver to your gallbladder to your digestive system, and toxins can be in bile too. So your liver is detoxing things constantly, and it can get rid of toxins by putting them in your bile so that it will flow into your digestive tract, and some of that will get out through your bowel movements. So yeah, so making sure that that's really flowing and not getting all clogged up is so crucial for your liver detox. It's pretty much just the way your liver detoxes. Let's see. Also, I just want to note the liver has over 500 functions, and 1 in 3 Americans has a liver that doesn't function properly. So this is a very important organ. It's massive. If you haven't looked up like a image of your diagram and seeing the size of your organs, your liver is huge. It's crazy. It has so many functions. So this is really important, and a lot of people are struggling with good liver health. So it is so important for detoxing, for digestive health, and in turn your entire health. So how do you improve it? So there's a number of things you can do, but I really just want to share what the top things are, what I found to be the most helpful, what I've done myself, what I've helped clients with. So that's what I'm going to share with you. But one note first, you do not want to work on liver detox if you're constipated. So if you're constipated, you have to get to having daily bowel movements or near daily bowel movements that are complete and you feel like you're fully eliminating before you work on this, because your detoxification system works kind of like a funnel. So your bowel movements is the last door where it exits, and your liver is right before that. So if you're backed up and your liver's, you're getting your liver working well, you're upsurfacing stored toxins and you're flushing them out in your bile, you're getting your bile flowing all nice, and it's flowing into your digestive tract, but then your stools are sitting in your colon, then toxins are just going to be reabsorbed right back into your body and go straight back to the liver, and the liver's going to be annoyed. It's going to be like, I already dealt with this, why am I dealing with it again? And it clogs up a lot. So work on constipation first if you're dealing with that. I have a bunch of videos on that. I'll link a playlist up above in the corner that has like some top videos that I have for working on constipation and getting to the place where you're having daily bowel movements. So assuming from now on you have good healthy bowel movements, this is what you do for liver detox. So first you want to eat and drink to support your bile flow. So there are a lot of liver detox things, so I kind of grouped a lot under this to avoid having this video be titled like 20 ways to support this. So instead, these all fit under this category. So in order to eat and drink to support your bile flow, you want to do some things. So first of all, your liver needs a lot of nutrients to perform what's called phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification. There's a long list of nutrients needed for both. So you want to make sure you're eating a nutrient-dense, good diet. And you want to eat liver because like heals like, the nutrients in your liver are good for your liver. Liver is like the most nutrient dense food. So you really want to incorporate liver into your diet to help the function of your liver and really to help your overall health. Let's see. So that's one. You just want to eat an ancestral nutrient rich diet, lots of good animal foods, too, lots of dairy, nose to tail foods, eggs, all that good stuff, seafood. And then you want to have fat, bitter, and acidic things because that will help to trigger bile flow release. So animal fats are great for this if you like to eat a lot of butter and eggs and dairy like I do. That will help a lot. So if you want to have some bitter greens or like a liver detox tea, I really like doing that. Usually it has like burdock and dandelion root. I make my own. It has a bunch, but those are like the two main kind of active ingredients for liver detox. So yeah, having bitter things is helpful. And then acidic things. So basically like water with lemon juice, water with apple cider vinegar, or a healthy juice like orange juice, grapefruit juice, like one that's pure juice, no sugar, and having it with a meal. That's also really good. Yeah, so all of that is going to trigger more of that bile release. And then you also want to have fiber in your diet. Not that much. You probably hear me a lot talk about how I actually don't like a lot of fiber, and if you keep adding fiber, it'll usually make constipation worse. But the thing here is if you can tolerate some, it's good to have a little, and I really mean a little. You do not have to have very much. Like a serving of fruit with 2 meals or something is good, you know, so it doesn't have to be very much. But if you have a little bit of fiber, that will help to bind to the old bile and flush it out and force your body to make new bile. And your body makes bile from cholesterol, so you want plenty of healthy cholesterol from animal fats. And where's I going with this? Oh yeah, so fiber will help you to basically bind to the old bile and prevent it from just recirculating over and over again. Without fiber, about 95% gets absorbed and reused. So this will help detoxification because bile carrying toxins will bind to fiber and then go out in your stools. So again, you do not have to have much at all. If you're not eating no fiber, you're probably eating plenty of fiber. And if you really have bad digestive issues where you need to be at a point you're not eating any fiber right now, that's okay. You can add a little bit later on and it doesn't have to be that much, but a little bit is beneficial here. So then you can also do GAPS shakes if you want. So this comes from the GAPS diet, if you've heard of it before. And basically, I'm just gonna like tell you the little instructions here and I'll leave them down below too. But you wanna make a juice from a carrot, 2 to 3 apples, or you can do pineapple instead, celery, a wedge of beetroot, a small piece of cabbage, and you can add some lemon or greens if you want. Then you add, so you make the juice, then you put it in a blender with 1 or 2 raw eggs and some fat. So you do 4 to 5 tablespoons of, you can do sour cream, homemade is preferred, raw butter, ghee, some kind of animal fat, olive oil, or coconut oil, and blend it all up. And that's just like made to support your liver. So that is excellent if you are dealing with like liver stones, gallstones, bile stones. Those GAPS shakes will really help to soften those up and flush them out. But yeah, they're good for general detox if you want to do that as well and supporting bioflow. So yeah, you don't have to do every single one of these. I don't do every single one of these, but if you're wanting to focus on, you know, getting your bile flowing, you can pick kind of some of them, the ones you like the most. So then that was all number 1. So again, that was just eat and drink to support your bile flow. Number 2 is coffee enemas. So this might sound strange and you don't have to do these at all. It's just one option that's really good. And if you've kind of dealt with constipation before too, this can be really helpful there too. Now you only want to do like 1-ish a week, maybe twice a week for a short period, but and you don't want to do 1 a week indefinitely. Like, it's not something to be done all the time, because if you do these all the time, then your colon muscles can get weak and it can be harder to have a bowel movement on your own. But you know, if you decide to do 1 a week for like 3 months to have a little liver cleanse, like that's awesome. And I will leave the instructions below on how to do that, because talking about all the little caveats of how to do it, what to be prepared for, would make this video too long. So I'll just leave the instructions I have in a blog post down below. But pretty much what this does is coffee. Oh, I forgot to mention coffee is another thing you can eat or you can drink to support liver flow or bile flow. So basically when you have the coffee in an enema, so it's in your intestines, it gets absorbed, it goes to the liver, and it creates a bile like purge. So coffee is again another thing that creates that. And you want to do it for about 15 minutes because it takes about 7 minutes for like, what is it, like your blood to circulate. It'll happen twice. You'll get 2 bile purges if you do it for like 15 minutes. So you can even kind of feel it sometimes, like a bubbly feeling. It's kind of weird. But anyway, so coffee enemas is another really effective way to support your bile flow and your liver detox and your overall health. And then number 3 is castor oil packs. So this is where you get a pack and you put castor oil in it and you heat it up. You can look up the instructions online and you're like placing it over your liver. So that is another thing that helps a lot, and a lot of people really like those. So yeah, that's another thing you can do to support your bile flow. That one does require, well, I guess the coffee enemas too. The last 2 require buying some things, but everyone's a little bit different in what they like to do. So, you know, experiment, see what sounds nice to you and try it out, see how it feels. And then I have a few extras. So those were like my top 3, but I just wanted to touch on a few other things that can help. So one is taking binders. So basically you could take activated charcoal, spirulina, chlorella, or Cellcore has like a biotoxin binder. So these will help bind to toxins that are coming out from the liver detox. So it's not really something that's causing your bile to flow, but you know, once you get that flowing and you're having some toxins come up, that will bind to those toxins and really help make sure they get out. So those are a nice option. If you're doing like activated charcoal, spirulina, or chlorella, you want to make sure you take it away from meals because it binds to those like 2+ charge elements. So a lot of nutrients like zinc and magnesium have that 2+ charge. So if you have it with your meals, you could end up binding to nutrients and getting rid of those. And we don't want to do that. We want to bind to heavy metals and toxins, and heavy metals tend to have that charge. So yeah, we want to bind to those, not the nutrients. So take them away from meals. You can also, if you're overweight, losing fat is huge for helping with liver detox in general. So I do have a video on how to lose fat in a sustainable way, not a cut your calories down to 1400 and run 5 miles a day kind of way, but in a working with your body kind of way. So I will link that fat loss video up in the corner on one of those tag things. And then reducing your toxin exposure, that will put less of a burden on your body. That's a huge thing you can do. And eliminating or avoiding, ideally eliminating, alcohol and tobacco will put less of a burden on your liver as well. Yeah, so that is the gist of liver detox. Kind of short, there's a lot more we could talk about, but don't want to make this video too long. So those main things for liver detox are really eating and drinking in a way that supports that bioflow, understanding how fat, bitter, and acidic things are really what's going to support or trigger the gallbladder to release that bioflow. And if you're having it flowing regularly, it's not going to get all stalled up and clogged up into little stones and whatnot. So that's huge. And then if you want, you can do coffee enemas, or you can do the castor oil packs, or you can do both to have extra support. So those are kind of the top 3 things for bile flow and liver detox. So yeah, at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I have a new free training. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about what's in that in case you're interested. Basically, it's a free training video I made. It's really similar to a YouTube video, except it's longer, and I'm giving you more of a step-by-step what to do to heal your gut. So basically it goes over, I said it before, it's how to heal your gut by getting your digestive system to work like an efficient machine. So you know that everything's working the way that it's supposed to be, it's reliable, you can count on it. So I go over the 5 keys for a successful gut healing routine. I talk about the importance of having a personalized, sustainable, and nourishing diet. I also go over, how to create that too. And then I also go over how to have full relieving bowel movements effortlessly and daily. And then I also talk about the biggest mistakes I see that can seriously delay your healing by years. So I talk about those so you can avoid them and not make those same mistakes. And basically you walk away just with a lot of clarity on what you should actually be focusing on to see those significant results so you can heal your gut quickly. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested, if you like these videos and you want something that gives you more direction into how to heal your gut, gives you more of a plan, and yeah, explains why you should focus on what you should focus on, and is a little bit more comprehensive, like taking a step back instead of as specific. So like this topic was very specific to liver detox. This is stepping back and seeing overall what you should include in a gut healing plan. So if that's something you're interested in, I will link the link below to get access to that free training video. It's totally free. It's very high value. I think you will get a lot out of that video. So yeah, if you want to check it out, the link is down below. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it if you decide to check it out. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video too. If you know someone else that could benefit from it, feel free to share it. If you could like, subscribe, comment, anything like that helps me out, and I appreciate it a lot. Bye.